So yeah.
Hmm.
Or pretty fast deck, yeah. Yeah, this
Maybe
is
he's
like
rushing
without
Torrent.
Rax as well. He's rushing something. Probably, I guess Rax as well. So maybe like add a couple of headhunters at the end of before the tech finishes, more or less. So like you have some stuff to do. Like if because this of course for Perez might make it easier for him to get the quick level 3 creep out, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit scary if you have 0 units at tier 2, but.
So we will probably see if this Arcane Tower is still able to hold a fast Jperez, which it
Yeah.
should.
Perez went. I think he went third farm, like starting with the third farm and then the tower here. When I watched 40 play against Orc and he does like these greedy creep routes strategies, he usually goes the Arcane Tower, like the Scout Tower, as the second, but like before after the second farm, and then add third farm later. So the Arcane Tower would then be finished 10 seconds earlier, and this like harass would arrive when the Arcane Tower finishes.
That would have helped.
Would have helped a bit, yeah.
Now 2 peasants are dead.
Yeah, but you would lose 2 peasants anyways, because those 2 peasants that need to return from the creep will always be slow, and you will like it's almost impossible to do that creep cam without taking at least like some damage on a couple of the militia. So, and of course with their movement speed and the wolves, you kind of can't like you don't have any like really good micro potential against that targeting, so it is to be expected.
I see Quberte in chat. If you want to join us, mate, I'm streaming to Dondo in Discord anyway. Let us know.
Get some Scottishness in this cast.
I think Quberte is very far away from Scottishness. When I see Quberte, I don't think Highlander.
No, that's true.
I don't think Haggis.
He's still a proud Scot, even though he doesn't do the full stereotypical Scotsman. I agree.
I'd say he doesn't even have a sword.
Yeah, but I remember at Rara someone called him English and he got proper angry.
Oh, can't do that. Oh, that's of course that's a great mistake. Yeah, can't do that. That's like somebody call me Bavarian. But also,
so this game grunts at not totem, I guess. He goes Spirit Lodge.
Yeah.
No Torrent Sedge.
So will this show us something balance-wise? Not really, right? Nothing's really affected by it, since we don't see Headhunter.
No. It is interesting that Starbuck now has chosen to not go Headhunters in a single opening. Again, I don't think that... It's kind of hard for me to say that that would be because of the, as I said, like 4% damage nerf on Headhunters. I think it's probably more to do with stylistical choice. It might be that Starbuck plays grunts more often, actually, than Headhunters in general.
Nothing, like, super serious has happened yet. No rush level 3, no big cancels, no expansion attempts. All lining up for tier 2, but Jperez, of course, quite far behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same issue for the human player as it was again with the anime, is that the second year is going to be so under-leveled. So he did sacrifice tech timing to get a more quick leveling on his Archmage, but the problem, I guess, is he didn't get much for doing that. Like, he didn't cancel much tech.
Yeah.
He didn't slow down the Orc meaningfully. The only thing he slowed down, I guess, was the Farseer. The Farseer leveling, but the Farseer was a fast tech without units anyway, so he wasn't expecting to level, right?
True.
So
it's time to level.
So build order wise, I feel like this was a big advantage. I mean, you kind of do a gamble on all build orders to a certain extent, right? And I feel like in this extent, it was like a build order benefit for Starbuck. Because
he's a smart guy.
I feel like the level 3 or more like doing a big creep camp for human is better against probably like if they go far in a lot of headhunters harass, because you still guarantee that level 2 Archmage you can fight a bit more on the equal terms. But yeah. Again, and on this map as well, it's hard to secure the level 3, I guess. Maybe he could do. Maybe there was room for Perez to do a little militia creep at some point on the green to get level 3 and then try to cancel some buildings.
Yeah,
The
but
only...
then he also lost some workers early.
Yeah,
And he was already a little behind.
Like,
Do you want to fall behind more in lumber? Is he so scrapped for that? Hard to say.
It is interesting that we've seen both, probably like stylistical stuff as well, but we see both Anima and now Jperez go for the rifle style.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think rifles are already pretty hard to make work at like equal skill levels to human orc. You don't see that often. I don't. You see it that often. Fortitude and slug played. I feel they go for more like trying to do some damage tier 2 or expo plays. And I wonder, like, I mean, of course it's easy to get to your composition with this, but it's also like if you play a potentially better player, maybe you should try to do a bit more risky or a bit more like, yeah, adventurous strats maybe, than to try to play like the most straight up way you can play, which is rifles against tier 2 orc.
These footmen are getting slaughtered.
Guys hear that?
Gets the
And
hero
he doesn't
though.
have TP. He doesn't have TP on TC. Oh no, he switched. No, he didn't switch.
No, he didn't switch. And the invo potion was used before, but he can't reach with the Mountain King anymore. The TC with Aura just cruising away.
This is being hypercritical, but Perez actually. Oh, he's gonna get it still. This is. I mean, this is huge. What a creep jack.
Boom! Jperez Imba.
I mean, it's insane how much that helped him. But I mean, he did lose his whole army for it.
Yep.
And even if he killed level 3 and level 2 hero, look at the hero levels. It's close to level 4 TC and level 2.2 Forester against like level 3-1. We did sacrifice everything for it.
I think yeah, Starbuck has to rebuild a lot too, or has to wait, or Tavern Revive. That takes a lot of resource out. He can't get his TC back at the moment.
I think it's going to Tavern Revive the TC probably when the first year is out.
Yeah.
I think the issue here is that even without like actually fighting, Starbuck with the head of with the Raiders can be so annoying that you like Jperez doesn't get the creeping he could do to try to like equalize the game from those hero kills.
Mana Stone though. Mana Stone is pretty insane. Could just continue this way. Clap level 1 doesn't do much, but follow-up damage is sweet. So item is gone and he needs to justify that.
Yeah, but in these small army skirmishes, the Raiders are so powerful. Like he just picks up unit by unit. So for now, I think he's gonna get maybe he's gonna first here again, but otherwise it's been 3 rifles, 1 priest for 1 unit from Starbuck.
Starbuck was a good StarCraft player. You see it here. Doesn't need his heroes to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, because of the Raiders, I think you could actually fight without heroes. This like 2. I mean, if this was level 3 or at least level 3, but maybe even like best scenario for level 5 MK, you could have 100 foot orc and you can like fight with 2 heroes. But level 2 and 3 won't like be enough to actually beat such a substantial lead in army sizes.
Sweet block here, but doesn't lead to a kill. Feels like Starbuck got angered a little bit by these 2 hero losses and is now unleashing his like true form. Not saying final form, but flexing his muscles a little.
I feel like what Jperez is now experiencing is like the slightly less version of when I remember like when I was playing the early back to Warcraft Cups and you face like one of the best players like early, right? Let's say Happy or like someone else like that, like on the top level. And even though you kind of felt like at some points you did like do okay-ish trades, you never got the kill. Like everything escaped with like 5 HP all the time.
Frustrating.
And it's kind of been like that, yeah, super frustrating.
So is there a way back for our Colombian friend?
I mean, he's on a timer, right? Because Starbuck is getting his expo up.
Yep.
Just maybe just finishing. And the problem is now he also has shop control. He's going to get the heal scroll and the invul. Yeah, I mean, he has to have a legendary fight, like now, but he kind of doesn't have the tools to make that. So, of course, Starbuck can mess up. He messed up by losing 2 heroes earlier, so it's not impossible, but this fight will be super tough.
Yeah, shouldn't take this too lightly, Starbuck, as a Mountain King is always a threat, but you're right. Chat is asking, how do I update to the new patch? Either you go to your Battle.net launcher and select Warcraft 3 PTR, or you just play them on War 3 Champions. All the maps that have PTR balance behind them are on the new balance. That's how you play.
Yep. You will get better ping on the Warcraft Champions but you have to, I guess you have to manually get games up, which is the issue.
Isn't there a ladder for PTR? I'm not sure.
It might be. I would think you probably have more success by trying to coordinate custom games.
Yeah.
I would be my guess, but yeah.
Just play with your friends, as we all Warcraft gamers have plenty of that.
Or your enemies. Makes the games more side-step.
Right. A little salty.
Korean man has leveled accusations against the human player currently.
I mean, he invited him to a show match not too long ago.
True.
The Korea Cup. Wonderful entertainment. Best caster probably in the scene.
Archmage. It was a good bolt actually, because Archmage you got nuked there.
Wee, that storm. Oh, that chain lightning. Ay, ay, ay. The lightning shield looks sweet. Who needs Torrent if you have that combo?
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, Starbuck just has the advantage on all fronts right before this game battle started, so. Was it like actually like theoretically, if it was more even into the fight, it was a very good position for Perez with going into that small trench, but it's just for way too far behind, so Starbuck can even like fight in a suboptimal position.
That's problematic. Both heroes down, riflemen are falling, double G's, and Jperez might be Imba, might be a pro, but he's not good enough to kill Starbuck on map 1.
True. No
Facts.
Taurus though, sadly.
No Torrents,
I mean,
no.
sadly, I guess. Depends. But,
I mean, it kind of shows that to do a lot of damage, you don't really need Torrent.
yeah, I mean, that's also like an obvious question, right, regarding implementing torrents in tier 2. Like, even if torrents are not used that much, from a balance perspective, it doesn't look like it's that needed, I guess, right? So,
Yeah, what
human,
role
or
do
that
you-
would be like, not from these matches, but more the overall observation. It's not like I would say orc players are saying we're struggling against human, and the obvious issue is that we don't have access to torrents yet. So, yeah. That is telling to some degree as well, I guess.
Yeah, good to see that Starbuck is checking the waters. What's possible, what's more effective, what's safer. It all lines up. Lemess lost, by the way, against Aspect. So it's Happy versus Aspect semifinal.
We'll see if the Ghoulfriends is help aspect.
That's
guess.
right. And the Moonwells. All the stars align.
I have a suspicion it won't, but you never know.
The Keeper Treant buff.
The Keeper buff is actually interesting, yeah. But I guess Happiest won't go Expo, and it's then... How impactful is it against like the one base versus one base style? It will help you creeping and stuff as well, I guess, but... Yeah. Yeah. Hard to tell. I remember Happy like trying like defending against those plus 45 armor rifles at 1 PTR, right? So
That was fun.
I think you will still be fine at least in this match.
That was so insane, dude. I remember it was also Tide Hunters, I believe. It was super sick.
Yeah. Fast expo lich into against like and nothing died on the human side.
Yep.
But
that's when we were casting together. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for the resubs here. 40-month Realtor Ninja. Is Blizzard finally listening? Let it be true. I mean, they pretty much copy-pasted 19 proposed changes from the Community Balance Council. Cabal. However you want to call it. So yeah, they're definitely listening, or at least reading. Thank you, Yotsune Hiko, for the 13-month resub, saying... Gixa oe vamo, Gixa oe bra, Gixa oe bra, Gixa oe bra. And Kackeimer and Save Orcas. Thank you for the subs.
Thumbs up.
Very nice. Beautiful thumbs.
I'll work on my hyping. That's
Yep.
like the one
Yep,
thing I
yep,
need
yep,
to
yep, yep.
practice on.
That's what I'm here for, though. That's what I'm here for.
I'll go to hype camp. There must be some hype camp somewhere, right? Where you can like get your hype up.
Oh, pretty sure. Like all these alpha male camps.
Oh my god, no.
Why not?
Like get humiliated for $5,000 for a weekend. Congratulations, you're now an alpha male.
Yeah.
So, sounds like a bad way to spend your money.
Yeah, better give it to us. Donate.backtowarcraft.com. I can yell at you for a weekend as well and belittle you, and then we get some Warcraft practice in, and Dondo belittles your Warcraft skills. It's basically the same experience, just with a better outcome on my bank account.
True.
That's why they call me the Prophet.
Kind of interesting. Like that's part of the work of all commentators in all sports. Is like you get money to belittle people.
That's what Remo and Carson and you are doing. I'm here to hype people up.
Yeah, true. But okay, let's say a substantial amount of commentators basically get money to just say, "Oh, you guys should do a lot better." It's when you think of it like that, it's
true.
Nice work, I guess.
Yeah, like that's what you guys are doing. I'm more of a reaction streamer to the game that's happening in front of my eyes. That's all I do.
But why aren't your thumbnails even more reactively than on YouTube? You need to have like the YouTube face. I mean, you're doing a bit of that actually these days, right? No, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Out of Warcraft still has to learn. He's always asking me, "Oh, is that too much clickbait?" I'm like, "No, it's not enough clickbait. Come on, step it up.
More clickbait.
You'll never believe what they did now."
And it's like they increased HP by 1.
Yeah.
Insane new PTR. They scaled down the changes a bit.
Check out what the Balance Council has been cooking up. Only now on our OnlyFans subscription Patreon blog thing. I guess that worked once when we still had the podcast going and we talked about Insub, and he signed up to the Patreon just to listen to what we said about him. I have to do that more often.
You have to target wider communities then.
Yeah.
This Discord channel, we're all gonna talk about this now for 50 minutes.
That's right. Oh man, we got so much to learn.
Quberte misses the podcast. Actually, I'm not surprised. Quberte, like he likes his long form content.
I miss your response to my invitation for you to join the broadcast. He never responded.
Yeah, Quberte.
Birdie.
It's probably out with the boys.
Down to coming? No. We good?
I think it's safe, right? Just doesn't need to. It's fine.
Also, it's more comfortable for you, so you just have to lean back.
True.
Okay, I'm coming. Invite me. Yeah, let's go, QB. Probably Quberte.
That's perfect, because then I can also multitask a bit with my novel answer to the light, which has to be like 4 pages.
Wait, is Quberte none of my friends? Oh no, he is.
My God,
he is.
Betrayal.
Wait, I can't add him to the DM. Why not? That's really weird. Can you invite him?
Let's see.
Oh, we have a group already. I'm just calling the old group. Damn, that's an old group. Haven't used this group. There we go. What the hell, Quberte? Hello, hello, hello.
What did you guys do?
We are casting the Back to Warcraft PTR Test Cup.
Sweet.
What do you think of Neo saying that you're not properly Scottish earlier, Quberte? If you heard that.
Yeah, I did catch that. I'm absolutely infuriated, Giannis.
Yeah, I hear that in your voice. Hi. Are you infuriated? Pooh.
Yep. You don't want to see me when I'm mad, Neo. You don't want to see it.
Mm.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, I am sharing my screen. I just have to tap into the game once I adjusted the score. And here we go.
Sweet. Here we are. My man Starbuck playing the PTR Cup. Of course he is, right? He's a man of great knowledge in this game. He's probably dying to test out the changes that we've obviously seen from Blizzard. I did miss the series against Anima. Did Starbuck play Torrens?
He did play Tauren on Concealed Hill. We think that he plays it here because there's fountains and that makes healing easy.
Yep.
But we haven't heard from you about the changes as you're not creating content at the moment. What's your short summary of the changes?
I would say the first proposal, the first iteration of the PTR, I wasn't too excited. But the most recent version that we've got, I'm definitely a little bit more interested in. It seems like Blizzard is pretty much listening to Dondolare and Co. directly. Feels powerful, man. Just balancing the game for us, eh, Dondo?
Yeah, I mean, not me, hopefully, but the people
Also,
that give our
the
feedback.
Farseer got the last hit on the Rock Golem. Obviously.
Ouch. That hurts.
Yeah, wouldn't expect no less. But yeah, overall, I'm still lukewarm about quite a few changes. But at least Blizzard are trying to experiment. Particularly with the Torrent stuff, you know, really kind of doubling down on that and not choosing to revert them back to tier 3. I still think they should be. But yeah, perhaps we can go through a short list later on and I can give you a quick summary of the changes there on screen.
So if you say you're lukewarm on the second iteration, what would be your description or your first impression on the first iteration in like 1 or 2 words?
Little bit uninspired.
I think I saw harsher words in the Phantom Aces internal Discord.
It was probably something to the effect of Tauren at tier 2, clownge.
I think it was something like animal feces.
What?
Dog shit or something?
Oh, well, okay, sure. That's not impossible.
It's not impossible. Yeah, good, nice, like, Quberte, you gotta know, always plays nice on the broadcast, but in private calls and discords, he's a bit filthy.
Yeah, you would know from last night's affair, wouldn't you, Neil?
That's that sounds kinkier than it is, but yeah, definitely.
Actually, it was incredibly disappointing, guys. There's no spice there.
The night with me was incredibly disappointing.
No, but just there's a lot less spice than you would think between the two of us, so it might be disappointing for the crowd.
Yeah, so far the condition of Jperez is also a bit disappointing. Doesn't get much done, but what does not disappoint is Starbuck on Concealed Hill, because we still got a chance for Tauren here.
Yeah, looks like it. Obviously, with the changes to Tauren, I feel like you could pretty much just sort of slap them in to most tier 2 orc strategies, especially with expansion. That would definitely scare me quite a lot, particularly as an undead player. Jperez, I mean, I feel like he had the right idea, potentially in Northern Isles, trying to get that fast level 3 to punish orc. I'm quite a fan of that style. But in this particular map, he's really struggling to hit level 3, and also the tech is ludicrously late for Jperez. So there'll be like no Beastmaster follow-up or something strong like that. So I'm not too hot on JP's chances right now.
Unfortunately not, so maybe we can discuss some points that we discussed when we saw this first. Do you see a place or a role for Tauren in a 50 food army?
I think yes. I think it would be especially strong combined with like a tier 2 orc expansion potentially. Because even just having 1 or 2 out on the field to deal with, say, like a push potentially from I think particularly in Undead, I can see it really in this matchup, since Orc could always leverage tier 2 expos against Undead typically. It'd be pretty strong. You have this big beefy frontline unit, it doesn't really matter if the Tauren doesn't do much damage. It's still 1300 HP that you've got to chew through. And you still have headhunters to create from the beginning. You can add things, I think, especially Bat Riders, which I've been saying for ages. Orcs need to include more Bat Riders against Destroyers and stuff. So I think really, if you can control air, then that early Tauren can actually be pretty useful to defend like an expansion play. I think just playing without Expo and just straight up building Tauren though, I'm not 100% sure if that's that strong. Since Raiders and Kodos feel like really essential. Same for Shaman.
Yeah, we had a similar feeling when it comes to, like, you have to close the gap somehow between the enemy army and the Tauren, and for that you need some assistance. In what form?
Yeah. One advantage though, of course, with the Tauren Totem is you get access to Walkers. Walkers are great units. As we can see, you know, Starbuck's already got a Walker out in the field as well. The only trouble is that Tauren Totem is going to be really bagged up with the production line, right? You've got to produce 1 to 2 Walkers with Adept and like 1 or 2 Tauren. It's a long time to get all of those units out up and running.
Especially with the Walkers building slower now. Yeah, it does take some time. There should be timings here and there. We haven't seen slowed Tauren for now, I think. Because they're already trailing a bit behind, and then they're getting slowed, and then I wonder if there's a way for the human to basically create 10 useless food for the Orc. Because you don't have unlimited dispel.
Yep, indeed. Especially if you do fit in, you know, 5 to 10 food worth of Tauren, you're gonna have, you know, less Walkers, or less catch, or whatever. So there's definitely a trade-off for Orc. I don't think it is like a straight-up like, yes, you must include Tauren always. I think it's yet to be determined though if it might potentially be imbalanced. It is really hard to know this early on.
No. Twitch chat and the forums, they saw the game of Starbuck vs Anima, and it's decided now. The verdict is done.
Okay. Well, you know, whatever Reddit say, whatever they say goes. So
exactly.
We must all heed the words of those knowledgeable Redditors.
Reddit was actually pretty good this time, I gotta say. I reacted to all the comments on Reddit, and I wasn't infuriated. I wasn't insulted too much, and some solid ideas there. I gave a shout out to Reddit. The Battle.net forums, though. Hi. Yeah.
A little bit of a cesspit, but alas.
That's what you get when you're not moderating. So?
Yeah, you can't moderate everything, can you, Neo?
I would. I mean, yeah, I wish I could, but I get sore fingers from all the bans.
So Jperez here, you know, he's trying to build an expansion. I think it's a decent idea to counter this style, because obviously, as I said, you know, Tauren, Walker, Adept, blah blah blah, takes ages to come online. You know, it's 10 minutes into the game. Bucky's really only just sort of consolidated a 50-foot army. Expo's not even finished. But the trouble is the humans' timings this game were really off with such a late tech. So we're not going to get a true representation here of whether this is a potential counter strat or not, unfortunately.
We also see what the Panda
is
doing.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Then Walker's
Rifles
gone.
and Panda. Pretty nice, focusing the Walker down immediately. Stomp is pretty dangerous, of course, as always, followed by Chain Lightning Man Footmen are just absolute fodder at this stage, obviously.
And again, no slow. I wonder if you shouldn't prioritize Sorceress against this kind of army.
Oh no, the Panda has absolutely nothing to save him. Yeah, that's it for Jperez, I'm afraid. Kind of just dying here, unfortunately. As I said, timings are just super off from the get-go, and you know, Starbuck is seizing his opportunity to pounce.
Started.
And the Tauren, honestly, they kind of didn't really reach the army at all, did they?
That's what I say.
Just lagging behind.
My man. Yep. They're very slow.
Yep. I didn't even realize that, to be honest.
Yeah,
I guess.
I noticed this yesterday when Lin played it against Happy, and I noticed it today as well. This will be a problem for orcs to get them to connect.
Yep, absolutely. I think it never really struck me that Tauren would have such a difficult time connecting before, because when you did ever see them, which was usually in like a team game or something, they were almost always supported by like Bloodlust or high level TC and Aura. We see that just kind of the baseline Tauren, you know, TC is like has level 1 Aura, there's no Bloodlust, like they have a really tough time connecting.
It's Starbuck going into the grand final, 2-0. Easy. But thank you, Jperez, for playing. Semifinal, not bad. I hope you sign up tomorrow, and then we can see you against a player of equal strength. And I can report that Happy has also defeated Aspect 2-0, so we get what we've all been waiting for, and that is Happy versus Starbuck in a best of 5 grand final on PTR balance.